What do you do when you've done everything you can to succeed and you still fail? What do you do when you've put all of your effort into something and you still have zero results to show for it? You've tried every video idea, you've tried putting hours into your content, you post every day, and you still have no results to show for it. You're still getting 200 to 1,000 views. What do you do? What do you do when you've tried everything? What do you do when you have no other options? You've given it your all and you've still failed. I'm about to show you in this video what you need to do and how you can fix this. My name is Sage, I'm 21 years old, and I have grown an Instagram account to over 50,000 followers, and not just like a meme account, like a brand account. So this is how I did it. The first 6 months are going to be the hardest for you. They're going to be what I call the hell period. So in the first 6 months of your brand, you're going to be trying everything and anything, and you're gonna be treated differently by the algorithm. So smaller brands are treated more harshly than larger brands. Like at my current state, I can post a shitty video and still do 10, 20,000. But if I was a small brand, I would be doing like 100 to 200 max. And you might be able to think, well, that's a ratio from followers to unknown followers, but it's not. You're actually treated very differently. So in my experience on the algorithm, it works like this. The larger your brand is and the more history you have of going viral, the more merciful and more chances Instagram gives your post. So 2 brands can post the exact same post. One will go viral and one won't because of your quality score. The quality score is the score that Instagram or TikTok gives your page, determining that your quality is high or your quality is low of your content. So if you have a history of viral videos, your account has a very high quality score. Therefore, no matter what you post, you will go viral. If you have a history of non-viral videos, your quality score is very low. So even if you do post a viral video, you're gonna have to work 10 times harder to go viral. So how do you get out of this? And what do you do? Because chances are you are a small brand, you're watching this and you're trying to figure out how to get out of your hell period. You're in the point to where you're posting every single day, which you should be. And if you're not, that's probably why you're there. So you're at the point where you're posting every single day and you're still getting 200 to 1,000 views maximum. If you're getting anything under 200 views per video, chances are that your account is shadow banned and you should just restart. Just being honest. If you're getting like 10 views a video, the chances of you going viral is next to nothing. You probably have an account that was labeled as a bot by Instagram, or your account is so fresh that you probably need to have friends follow you or something, because you need to be getting around 200 to 1,000 views per video, because that shows a healthy page, and a healthy page can go viral. If your page is in the state where you can't even get 100 views, you're probably shadow banned or labeled as a bot, because you're probably a new account. So I'm just gonna put that out there for you. This is for if you're already getting 200 to 1,000 views per video, and if you're not, you need to find a way to get there fast, because you're probably labeled as a bot, and I don't know, you're gonna be stuck there for a minute. I think a good solution to that is to buy something from the Instagram shop. I know that works for TikTok. If you buy something off the TikTok shop, it won't label you as a bot, it'll label you as a real person. Make sure you're scrolling, make sure you're like commenting on other people's videos. Like do human activities on the page to make sure that Instagram doesn't label you as a bot, because they are constantly trying to label bots, and if they flag your account for whatever reason, you're not gonna be able to go viral. So you're already getting the 200 to 1,000 views per video. This is what you need to do. And this is what I did. You need to start finding some kind of niche that's gonna work for you. And I know that sounds very generic, but my brand, I was selling plushies. So I remember for the first couple months, I kept trying to emulate other plushie brands. There was I'm gonna put on screen a brand called Pooh. I'm gonna put it right here. You might have seen it. There's also Sad Garfield. There's a little bunch of variants. I was trying to emulate that style, and I failed every single time I did. I mean, these videos were getting like 200 to 300 views maximum. I think on a good day I got 1,000 views. I was getting like terrible engagement, like 3, 4, 5 likes. I was emulating what was working, but it wasn't for me or my brand. And realistically, I don't understand how it ever worked for them. You know, like I don't know how, I to this day do not know how they go viral doing that. So the first thing you're gonna have to do is find your niche. And that's a lot harder than it sounds, because you can emulate people that are winning, but that's not gonna work for you sometimes. And the second thing you're gonna need to do is you're going to need to put a lot of effort behind your videos. This is probably one of the main things, is that your quality score is probably low, which is why you're not getting the views that you should be getting. So you're gonna have to up your quality score by making way better quality content. So this is what you need to focus on. Your first 2 seconds of the video need to be so attention grabbing that the entire video gets watched. This could be in the form of your product. Maybe your product is like, kind of like has a wow factor, so you're able to like realistically stare at it for a little bit. Or maybe your skit is really good. So like you have high energy in your skit. If you've ever watched Kai Cenat or any entertainer, you realize how important their energy is. You can't just be monotone. I mean, I'm monotone right now, but it's a YouTube informational video, so I can do that. Like if you're trying to realistically capture people's attention on Reels, where my phone is recording so I can't use it, but this is how people scroll their Reels. You need to capture their attention within 2 seconds. So to get out of that hell period, what I had to do, I'm gonna tell you what I did. I started to do voiceovers. So I realized that my product had crazy viral potential, but nobody really understood what it was, because I was trying to explain my product in different ways, like slideshows and really mostly slideshows and like poo vids. And that's cool, but it didn't explain what my product was. So my product was like a Percocet plushie. So what I started to do, I was like, you know what? Nobody knows what this is. And I think that my biggest lack of quality is that nobody understands what I'm selling. Because like, sure, the name was Perky Man. I mean, it was obviously a perk if you know what a Percocet is, but not everybody does. So I just started to blatantly say it. I'm like, this is Perky Man. He's a Perky 30 pill going through withdrawal. That's what I started to say. I started to tell people exactly what he was, and I was unapologetic about it. And it didn't even work at first too. So the crazy thing is, you can have the direct formula to success, but because your page has such ass quality score, you still won't blow up. So don't take your video not going viral as that not being the method. Sometimes, even if you see slight improvements, you have to go down that rabbit hole in order to finally reach success. Because what happened to me was, all my voiceovers really weren't blowing up. I mean, they were getting like 1,000 to 3,000, but I was confident in the method. Like I knew that the best way to show my product here was not gonna be slideshows. It was going to be like me talking about what my product is and doing a voiceover on it. And so I was still perfecting my craft on it. I knew there was room to improve, but like I was seeing a pattern of something that could be successful, which is typically when you find yourself getting out of the hell period, it's typically because you finally found something that's giving you traction, and then you just keep doing that until you blow up. So for me, that was the voiceovers. I wasn't getting crazy traction at first. I mean, I was getting like 1,000 to 3,000 a video, but for someone getting like 200 views sometimes, I mean, I was doing better. My first blow up video was actually a voiceover, and I got 10,000 views on this. And I remember thinking 10,000 was a large amount, because at the time, like that was the first video ever that we posted to do 10K. So my first 10K video was a voiceover that I posted. And I remember it took 1,000 likes to do 10K. That's how bad my quality score was. Like I do 10K with like 100 likes now. You know what I'm saying? I can do 10K even like with like fucking 50 likes sometimes. So I had to do 1,000 likes in order to get 10K. That's how bad my quality score was. And you're probably in the same boat. You're probably like, in order to get 10,000 views for you, I mean, depending on how bad your quality score is on your page, you're probably going to have to like do some crazy thing to do that. So for me, what I did was I literally went to the mall. I probably took an RPG to the mall and I stood on the table and I just like raised my hand in the air. I don't know if I should put an image on here. I mean, I might, I'll put it right here. But I went to the mall and held up an RPG. And that was the video that got me to 10K. It didn't even go viral at first, actually. Like, the first time I posted the raw footage, I think I capped at 4K. But then I took that footage, put it into a voiceover, edited it, you know, put some captions on it, said, "This is Perky Man," and that did 10K. But it was all hate. I think originally, like, at least for Perky Man and almost everybody in the underground, you have to blow up off of the hate. So one of the easiest ways to get, or probably the best way to get out of a bad quality score is to click farm engagement. And typically that's gonna come out of hate, right? Like, it's a lot easier to get hate comments than love comments. And so if you really wanna get your account out of a very bad deficit, you're gonna have to do something so insane that like people are gonna leave a comment to hate on you. For me, that was going to the mall, holding my RPG in the air, like right in the middle of the food court. For you, that might be, I don't know, burning one of your like clothing pieces and yapping about it in a voiceover. You know, you're gonna have to do something a little outrageous personally, and that's just probably what you're gonna have to do in order to get out of your bad quality score. So that's what I did. And I remember that first 10K of just hate, I remember how that made me feel too. It was crazy, I couldn't really handle it. It's another skill set to receive hate comments. To me now, it doesn't faze me at all. Like, I could receive like pure hate on a video and eat some cereal and not care. But at a point of time, I mean, I was like a regular civilian, and 10K of straight hate comments was like, you know what I'm saying? It was shaking me. I remember going to college and like thinking that nobody liked me. So, you know, this internet game also has that other side you have to deal with. And chances are, if you're gonna blow up, you're probably gonna blow up off of hate before you blow up off of love. If it makes you feel better, after that 10K video of, you know, that 10K hate video blew up, I had another video blow up probably 2 to 3 weeks later, another 10K, but this was 10K of love, like 10K of people that like actually enjoyed my product. And when that blew up, the entire brand changed. Like, the moment I had my first love video, people started following the page, it started going insane, my traction started to go up. Like, that love video literally changed my quality score. I went from a page that couldn't get any views to a page that did 10K semi-consistently. You know, I wasn't doing it every video, but I was doing between 5 to 10K now, and that's a huge far cry from the 200 views I was getting like a month prior. What happened was I found my niche. I found what videos to record that was gonna get the most engagement. It was voiceovers. And then obviously once you start blowing up on something, you just get better and better and better. So those 10K videos turn into 100K videos, and those 100K videos turn into mils. Eventually, like I have voiceovers with over 1 million, multiple. They're not like as common as I like them to be, but like I have them, you know? And that seems, I remember when I was first doing the voiceovers, never thinking I would ever touch a mil on a voiceover, because a voiceover is literally an ad. Like, you're watching an ad, you know? There's a lot of resistance when you have to watch an ad. So I never thought that organically I would do a mil, but I did. So it just shows that you can have a lot of limiting beliefs that you don't even really recognize until you surpass them. But so what happened after I blew up on that 10K vid was, now that I had all this love on my page and people were actually like messing with my product, people refound that 10K vid with just hate comments and started hating on the people that were hating on me. So all the brands that were like trying to like fuck with me, because there were like actual people in there that were like 30K followers, like real, you know what I'm saying? Like real people that have like devoted their time to Instagram that were just hating on me in the comments. Well, not on me specifically, they were just hating on the business. And now that the love came, people started hating on their businesses, and it was insane to watch like the flip. And ever since the flip, Perky Man's had a pretty high quality score and it's never went back. So realistically, if you're gonna grow your page, you're gonna have to enter the same thing that Perky Man went through, which is going to be, firstly, your hell period. Your hell period is what I consider the period where you spend all of your time and effort on growing, and you make no money and no growth. That's the hell period. The hell period is where you put your everything in and you get nothing out. Because when your brand is functioning like a well-oiled machine, you're still putting your everything in, but you're getting quite a lot out. You're actually getting more than you put in out. You know what I'm saying? That's the machine, right? You put effort in, you get results. The hell period is where you just put everything in, you get nothing. And that almost every brand has to go through that unless you have like a strong personal brand. You're probably gonna go through the period where like you try everything and nothing works. And that's what I call the hell period. But if you keep consistent, you will break through it. Well, if you keep consistent and you actually learn from like what you're doing improper. Because a lot of brands never learn and they just quit. Like they don't realize what they're doing wrong and then they just quit. The hardest thing to figure out is to figure out what to do, right? Because if you knew what to do, you just do it. Like knowing what to do and doing it is only like 10%. It's figuring out what to do. It's that 90% that's like super difficult. And that's what most brands die from, is they can't figure out that 90%. If you guys want to watch me figure it out, someone who's actually built a 50K account and surpassed millions and millions of fucking views, follow me here, because I'm right now growing my account called Sage Avarice. So I started a personal brand from scratch, completely different industry too. So I'm not selling plushies, I'm selling clothes, more saturated. So I'm starting something that's completely new. And I'm gonna show y'all the A to Z, like me starting it to where me becoming where I need to be. Like I'm 21 in a high rise. This is my room. It's a little messy. You feel what I'm saying? Like I know what I'm talking about. And I know that Sage Avarice is gonna go through a hell period too. And I want you guys to see, I just made a sale. I want you guys to see what I'm gonna go through and to be able to relate, because I want you guys to know it's not just you. Like even seasoned people like myself go through the hell period. Like we go through a period where we put everything in and we get nothing out. Like I've grown, so Perky Man has actually had two different accounts. The first account we grew to like 45K, the second account we grew to 50K, which is what I'm showing you here. So I've technically damn near grew an account to 100K. Like I know what I'm talking about. I'm assuming my Sage Avarice hell period is gonna be between 2 to 6 months. Just keeping it above you, because I have to learn a lot of new skill sets in order to grow this. Like it's not the same thing as Perky Man. Like it's a totally different niche. I'm gonna have to learn a lot of shit. So I don't think that I'm gonna be successful right away. And I want you guys to see the time, effort, and pain that I'm gonna have to put behind this in order to get this off the ground. So if you wanna watch that, go ahead, click subscribe, and check out my next video, because I'm going to show you my A to Z plan for getting this off the ground. But that's basically the sauce. If you want to go viral, I'm going to give you a recap, or if you choose to skip to the end for the recap, here it is. Post every single day. Make sure your first 2 seconds of the video, and I mean 2 seconds, are engaging enough to capture attention. You're going to need some wild clips. Like realistically, you are gonna have to work 10 times as hard as the bigger brand. You can't just copy their video. You really just can't. Like you can try it. It's not gonna work. Unless it was like a smaller account that just blew up because it was a great quality video. You know, like if the video is high quality, then yeah, like copy it, it will work. But I mean, if they're just putting like low effort content out and still getting 10, 20K, it's not gonna work for you. They have a higher quality score. You're gonna have to actually create content that's so good that Instagram has no choice but to push it out. So that's probably going to consist of like something crazy. You're going to have to do something wild. Like you're going to see what I do for Sage Avarice. You know, I'm not going to have all the answers right away, but for you, you're going to have to do something wild. So everyday posting, capture attention within the first 2 seconds, do something crazy in order to get views, and stay consistent, right? There's also stages to business too. So what you have to do in the beginning stage is not what you do at the late stage, right? At the late stage, you're just conversion. At the beginning stage, you need to capture attention. So your content might not even purely be on selling. It might literally be on grabbing attention. It depends on your niche and the way you want to play it, but you might need to do some things that are a little unorthodox, especially to a larger brand. You might need to focus in on what's trendy versus what you want to do. So yeah, that's how you grow out of your 200 to 1,000 view bubble. Realistically, it all comes down to making better content and having your product be as eye-catching as it can be. So if you're not really where you want to be, it's because you know your content isn't what it needs to be. So you either need better clips, you need a better script, or you just need a better concept in general, right? You might just be down the wrong rabbit hole. And I'm telling you again, like 90% of your problems are gonna be like you not knowing what to do next. And a great way to surpass that is literally gonna be meditation, obsession and meditation. Meditate on this every single day. Like, why am I failing? What the fuck am I doing wrong? And then find a way to correct it. And when you post a video, make sure you put your 100% in that video. Like, look at that video and be like, would I show this to somebody and be proud of it? If the answer is no, it's probably not a good video. I mean, I'm not saying don't post it. You probably still should post it, but you need to find ways to improve these videos and get them to like as high quality as they can get, so that you can post your very best video and still get 200 views and realize that you suck, and then keep hitting the drawing board until you finally find a method that works. And that's why the hell period takes so long, because like it's 90% of the hell period is just figuring out what to do. Because the moment you find out that winning video formula that you can repeat, you're trim, you're good. For me, that was voiceovers. That's what I could do. I could do voiceovers and skits. For you, it might be the same thing. Maybe you're selling a product that nobody really understands. You might have to voice it over. You might have to be like, you know what, this is what my product is, this is what I do. If nobody really cares about what you got going on, you might have to do something outrageous. So that might be where the skit element comes in. You might need to do something that, even if I don't like your product, I'm still going to be captured because you just did some crazy shit. And now like, I'm like, what the fuck? Why is he on the counter at 7-Eleven, you know? Like, that's just what you did. And now like my attention's grabbed. So you might get hate for it, and that's fine. People are gonna hate you. Hate is the start to a healthy business. If you can skip the hate period, great. You know, like love is always gonna be stronger than hate, especially in the clothing brand game. But you know, hate is better than no reaction. So get you some kind of reaction out of people, like elicit something, because if you just keep going at the rate you're going with no views, no reaction, no engagement, I mean, you and I both know you're not gonna be satisfied with that. So find a way to make people care, even if it's not out of love, even if it's out of like a reaction of hate, or like, what the fuck you doing? Why are you doing that? At least they care. And that's better than them not caring. So find a way to get people talking about you. Do what you need to do. I went to the mall with an RPG. I sold a Percocet plushie, right? I did a lot of shit. And it did work. It worked. And look at where I live. But there are probably better ways to do it. So you're really gonna have to think on it. And if it helps you, again, I'm starting a new brand from scratch. It's not a shock value brand. Like, this is like more of an order brand. So it's gonna be even harder to scale than Perky Man. So if you wanna watch me A to Z, like brainstorm, go through the hell period with you, follow me right here, and we'll go through this journey together. All right, if you have any more questions, leave a comment. Like, I'm such a small brand right now. Like, this is literally like a one-on-one. Like, if you leave a comment, you may damn well be the only person leaving a comment. Like, I'll actually respond to you, and I can make videos according to that. So leave a comment. If you have any particular questions, like about particular niches and particular things, make sure you follow me on TikTok at ntmsage. And again, like, if you have any like ideas, just leave in the comments and I can form a video on it. If it's something too short for YouTube, I'll put it on my TikTok, so make sure you follow that. And then follow my Instagram at SXAGEXO. You can see a lot of my business stuff on there. Most of my business presence is actually on Instagram. And then that's basically most of the game here. Make sure you follow me so you can see realistically like the real game of me like growing an account with no traction and growing it into something that makes 10K a month. I'm going to show you the A to Z steps on my business. Like, I'm gonna really show y'all how it's done, and I'm gonna show y'all the entire back end and the entire process, and I'm gonna show you guys the hell period, right? I've been through it before. I know I'm gonna get through it again, but some of you have not passed that wall, and I'm about to show you how to pass that. So make sure you follow me here for that journey, because I'm gonna literally show you A to Z, and my next video is gonna be me kind of showing you the hell period that I'm gonna be going through. So it's not gonna be something that happens overnight. Realistically, this is gonna take probably a couple months, but it's gonna be a journey that if you are currently trying to go viral right now, it's gonna be something that you're gonna wanna tune into because it will help you in your personal brand. So yeah, I'm gonna catch you guys next video. Peace.